Hello, YouTube. I was thinking today, and I realized that I kind of am a little burnt out on Hunter the Reckoning. I know I have to keep with the game. I just don't know what to do. I kind of had this realization after playing the one shot yesterday, which was based in Top Secret, which I don't think was a good system, but I don't think correction. I enjoyed the system a lot, which may sound contradictory, but I don't think it's a good system for a long term game or a game that's online. It feels like a very vibe heavy system that only really works in person when I've played it, and I would be afraid to try it online, and I would be afraid to try it for a long time. I don't think I don't think how I personally play the game, which is a bit more wacky and fun, would translate over a long period of time because a lot of the funny actions arise from the character being one shot characters where they can have their own gimmicks. So that was kind of a tangent, but when I played Top Secret, and the last time I ran a one shot, which I believe was at the end of the May, just before I had started these, which was in a system called Mythic Bastion Lands. It was actually a two shot. I enjoyed the change of pace from Hunter the Reckoning, which is a very story heavy system, to a very gamey system, a system where the players themselves are kind of the ones riffing instead of their characters are the ones riffing, and where I kind of got to play, and that they got to play. That had a more gamey feel to it. Hunter the Reckoning, at this point, for how long we've played it, kind of has lost the gaminess, and is basically all just the role play part of role playing game. In my opinion, the game aspect is kind of waned and waned over time. And I used to be able to compensate for this because I would invite people over to my apartment on Sundays to play Mutant Crawl Classics, which is a dungeon crawling old OSR system, which is old school system. So your typical tropes that you would see in like popular fantasy or RPG inspired media, like I don't know, I would compare all the general dungeon tropes you'd see in like Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I'm reading through right now, is kind of the same tropes you would see in Mutant Crawl Classics or its sister and older sister game called Dungeon Crawl Classics. And going back to like that basics, that gaminess of it all is something I kind of want to do. I just don't know how I would do because I do not have time to run two games anymore, not with grad school. So I think I have an obligation to my players to finish the Hunter game, and I have an end in sight, but it's very far out. So I think I just will keep continuing on with the Hunter game as is, and try and think of what to do with how I could maybe incorporate Mutant Crawl Classics or Dungeon Crawl Classics back into my life. But then again, I have to find players for that game if I were to do that. So it's going to be complicated either way. I'll just stick to Hunter for now. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking about a lot today. Other than that, just been working on Johns Hopkins work. I kind of took a break this 4th of July weekend, so I'm putting all my effort into one day preparing for office hours tomorrow. Yeah. So I will talk to you tomorrow, but I really hope I'm able to find some way to incorporate Dungeon Crawl Classics into my role-playing sphere of games. If my players are receptive to it. If they're not, then I well, I mean, like I said, I have the obligation to do Hunter first, but and I don't think everyone in Hunter is gonna want to do Juncture Call Classic, so it would be quite the undertaking. Um, I'll think more on this for the rest of the day, and then maybe I'll talk about it a bit more tomorrow. All right, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.